On the banks of the Mekong River lies Vientiane, the capital city of Laos. It's home to around 500,000 people, 10% of this Buddhist nation's total population. From the late 19th century up until the middle of the 20th, Laos was part of the French Empire in Indochina. It was the French who added the letter S to the country's name, meaning that it's often mispronounced as Laos. In 1953, the Franco-Lao Treaty granted full independence to Laos. However, there's still a strong French influence here, particularly in the capital. The Petanque monument in the heart of the city was built to resemble Paris's Arc de Triomphe, and in Vientiane there are almost as many places to buy baguettes as noodles. And the French influence permeates the sporting landscape too. One of the most popular sports in Laos is pétanque. This form of boule has its origins in the ancient French game of jeu provençal and was introduced to the country by its former colonial rulers. It's played throughout the land, by all ages and both sexes, and is also the only sport in which Laos has made any sort of impact on the international stage. And that's largely down to one man. Sulasith Khamvongsa is arguably Laos' most successful sportsman. He's won medals at the Southeast Asian Games, the Asian Petanque Championships, and is considered to be amongst the top 40 players in the world.
Since I began playing this sport seriously, I've won over 40 tournaments. Every year, the national championships are held down in the south of the country, in the province of Savannakhet, and I've won many titles there. I think I've won in each of the different categories: singles, doubles and triples. My biggest success in the sport was probably the 2 gold medals that I won at the SEA Games. I love competing for my country and have done so ever since the year 2000.
24-year-old Sulasith hails from the village of Bang Nong Panay in the west of Vientiane. He's been playing pétanque for as long as he can remember, having been introduced to it by his father almost as soon as he could walk. In pétanque, the aim of the game is simple. Players stand with their feet together and try to get their boule as close as possible to the small wooden ball known as the cochonnet or jack.
I love playing pétanque, and I believe that I am a good player. You have to be precise and accurate with your throws. It's a tactical game, and you need to think carefully about where to land your balls. You don't just aim for the jack on every throw. You have to be patient and know exactly when is the right time to strike.
Almost every village in Laos has at least one pétanque court. Sulasith honed his skills on this one, in the heart of his village. Aged 17, he was chosen to represent Laos at the 2001 Southeast Asian Games in Malaysia. It was the first time that pétanque had been included at the Games, and Sulasith led his nation to gold in the doubles event. It was only the second time in 42 years that Laos had won a gold medal at the Games. Sulasith and his playing partner were sent a message of congratulations from the president and awarded 4 million kip each, around $450, a huge amount in a country where the average weekly wage is just $5.
Pétanque has been popular in Laos for a long time, ever since the French brought the game over. But pétanque's popularity really took off after we won that gold medal. When we got back, I travelled around the country and played lots of exhibition matches in various villages. That was great fun.
Sulasith successfully defended his title at the following SEA Games, and in 2005 his status as one of the continent's best players was confirmed when he struck gold at the Asian Championships.
I'm so happy to have achieved success for Laos on the international stage. It's great that through pétanque our country has been put on the sporting map. I couldn't be more proud.
Sulasith has played pétanque throughout Southeast Asia, and he's even been to the sport's spiritual homeland of France. In 2004, he led the Laos team that competed at the World Championships in Grenoble. 53 nations took part, and Laos finished a highly creditable 17th. Playing pétanque has become Sulasith's main source of income. He occasionally helps out in his wife's beauty salon, but he primarily earns his living from pétanque competitions. They're held every Saturday all over Laos, with the most prestigious being the one staged in downtown Vientiane. On the day that Transworld Sport was in town, a first prize of $100 was on offer to the winners of the doubles competition. Members of the national team are not allowed to pair up in these tournaments, so Sulasith competes alongside one of his friends from his village. On this occasion, the lucky man is Kampeng Pun Salvath.
This is the first time that Sulasith has allowed me to be his partner, so I'm very honoured. He's a great player and I hope I don't let the side down. If I don't make too many mistakes, then I'm sure that with his talent, we'll win this tournament.
Next year, Laos will host the 2009 Southeast Asian Games. It will be the biggest sporting event ever held in the country, and it's hoped that pétanque will provide Laos with a number of medals. The Laos Pétanque Federation uses these competitions to spot any emerging talent that could make it onto the national team for the Games. Forty teams take part in the doubles competition. Each player throws 3 boules per end, and games are played up to 11 points. As expected, Sulasith and his partner win the tournament with ease, and with it, the $100.
At the moment, I'm playing really well, even though I'm not practicing every day. It's only when there is a really big tournament coming up, such as the SEA Games, that I put in daily hours and hours of practice. But until then, I'm happy just playing this sport with my friends in my village.
Still just 24, Sulasith Kamvongsa believes that he's yet to reach his peak in the sport, and that there are a lot more medals to come his way, starting in front of his home crowd at next year's Southeast Asian Games.